professional music listener, you know, you've seen those videos. Hopefully you have seen those videos. Hopefully you are loving those videos. I love those videos because music is life. With doing these professional music listener videos, there's certain things that when I hear it, I love it. And the more I hear it, the more I love it. So I made a list. If I were to ask you what are 10 sounds in rock and metal that when you hear it, you're like, Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I love that. No special effects. It can't be a special effect. We're not talking like an added sound effect or a wah pedal or, you know, we're not talking about just plain distortion. We're talking about something a musician does with their instrument in rock and metal that makes you be like, I love that. I'm gonna play you the sounds, and what I want is I want you to see if you can name the songs that these sounds are from. I think it'll be it's a dual purpose video. It's a top 10 and it's a name that tune all at the same time. That being said, 10 sounds that instantly make a song better. I love that sound. I absolutely love that sound. I love that sound. It's called a Gallop. Triple beat. I'm going to give you a freebie. That was Disposable Heroes by Metallica. It's one of the things that got me hooked on Metallica. I just love the sound of the Gallop. It gets, especially when you're driving, it gets you going. It just makes me want to go. And I love that sound. Isn't that great? Oh, the Gallop. Staple. Number 10. I'm saying number 10's the Gallop. How about another band? Oh, so good. Makes you want to move, right? Makes you want to move. Now a classic that you may not have realized had a Gallop. Right? When you're working out, your best friend is a Gallop. Love it. The Squeak Bend. This is called a pinched harmonic, and you hear it all the time in Ozzy songs. I love it. I love that. Not all the time, but it's a good little extra on the bend. It's calling me, it's calling me. You hear it? It's calling me. Right there. You hear that in the background? See, it's just a little extra. Not the focus. It's like the exclamation mark. This is one of my favorite things, but I put it at number 8. This was really hard to make this list. And I didn't know what order to put things in. But number 8 is one of my favorite guitar sounds of all time. Let me play the obvious choice. You guys feel free to tell me what song this is from. That's called tapping. Tapping is amazing. It's when you use the 2 hands to play the notes, and it sounds so good. I love that sound. I just love that sound. And I can't always spot it, depending on the song. But when I spot it, when I hear that, it instantly makes me respect and like that song. And obviously, one of the best ever to do it. Since he did it all the time, I'll play another song and you can hear it. Doesn't that just sound good? Doesn't even matter the song, it just sounds good. It's amazing. And that's the point of this video, is that is something that is not like, you can add it to the song and it elevates the song. That's what these sounds are. They elevate the song. Here's another one you might not realize or recognize. What song is this? Criminally underrated band. Bonus points if anybody guesses the name of this song. Ready? How great is that? Tapping, number 8. Love it. This is the one that is borderline to a sound and a style. I included it as a sound because I notice every single time there is double bass. It's the performance enhancing drug of music, right? It takes that song to the next level, in my opinion, for me when I hear it. I love it. It's a sound, and I had to include it in this list because double bass all the time. You don't have to use it. You don't have to have it. Songs don't have to have it. Not all metal songs have double bass. Not all rock songs have double bass. But when it's there, it kicks it up a notch, right? Here's a couple of just examples of how double bass just makes a song that much better. You hear that? It kicks in, pun intended. Hold on. It kicks in, and then it just goes, and you're going. Here's another one from the other band. Ah! Vinnie Paul, underrated drummer, man. He was able to make his drum set match whatever Dimebag was doing in such a great complimenting way. But hey, let's do a callback. Double bass. Better. Instantly better. Couldn't get any better, but it did. I get excited about music, guys. I would apologize, but I'm not sorry. Let me first play you a couple examples. I'm not exactly sure what the accurate technical musical term is. I call it a slide, right? It's when you take your finger. This is not a pick scratch. This is not a pick scratch. This is a slide where you go wow with your finger on the strings. Absolutely love that sound. Now I know what you're gonna say. Well, that's just something stupid. This is it's a great tactic in a song to prepare you for something. Here's a bass guitar doing it. You just go down the string. You can either go up or you can go down. How about this one? They go back and forth. They're actually using it as part of the melody in the song. Isn't that good? Isn't that good? How about now that one? That is probably one of my favorite slides of all time. He goes up both. He goes wow, 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 wow. And you might not, if you're a casual listener, you didn't even know people were doing this stuff on purpose. Now, how about this? You heard a guitar do it. You heard a bass guitar do it. Now, how about piano? Ah, so good. How about this one? How about this one? I'm black and bruised, beat up, but still I take... Number 5 is palm muting. And what that is you take your palm and you gently rest it on the strings so that when you play it, it's a little bit muffled. No special effects necessary. This is all stuff that any musician can do at any time. You muffle it. And when you do that, it creates this really thick and juicy sound. It's a little muffled. And it's really, really cool. And one of the reasons why I love this is in the speakers, you jack up the sound. It gives you a nice whoomp, whoomp. I love it. And it seems like something very, 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 very elementary, very beginnerish. But done right, can have a really, really good sound to the song. Number 4 is similar, but I call it the Chuga. Hear the Chuga? The Chuga. Chuga doesn't have to be a note either. It's just you're hitting the strings to make a chunk sound. And it adds rhythm. A lot of times it's an extra rhythm to it, right? They got a drummer, but it's adding a little bit more rhythm, and it adds that extra to the song, and I love it. Here's an isolated Chuga. Did you hear that? You could do it the whole song, but you can also add it at a very specific moment to give it that little exclamation mark. Something so basic, but what I have found is that when I'm listening to these songs, and especially songs that I hear for the first time, and I start getting into them, it's because I'm hearing some of these familiar sounds that I love, that I gravitate towards. One of the greatest sounds, in my opinion. One of 10 greatest sounds. Harmonizing guitars. 2 guitars doing solos at the same time, complementing each other. I think it adds that level of complexity. It's not just a guitar solo. It's 2 solos happening at the same time, playing together like a duet. And I absolutely love this sound. And it's great because they go off. It's like we don't talk about Bruno, right? They go off in their own directions and then they meet and play the same note. And that is the climax. That is the musical orgasm. Here's a song I already played from, they had a pinched harmonic and now they're coming back with harmonizing guitars. And there's the pinched harmonic at the end. How about this band? Do you think of harmonizing guitars with this band? I call it down picking, But then I saw that there were people calling it alternate picking. And then I saw that it's a sound that you can do either way. And why do I bring this one up? Well, because there's one song that is one of the greatest songs of all time, if you're a guitar player, that gets so much respect and praise that it has to be on this list. So what that is, it's a constant plucking multiple strings. And in this song, James Hetfield does down picking. People that's supposed to be more difficult. So people that can't do that at that speed do alternate picking, which is where you go both directions. But it's the sound that I want to focus on. This is such a good song, or it's a good song, but this is such a good sound for a song. And I want to play you other examples of it. You might not have even known that that was happening in the background because you're so focused on the actual sound of the song and on what the singer is doing and saying, because that's the focus right there, is that cadence, right? And you don't even know that the guitar player in the background is doing this sick, disgusting riff, right? But your brain does. How about this song? Oh, there's a pinched harmonic. It's a callback from number 9. Pinched harmonic. And this is why this is number 2. Master of Puppets, without that, is a normal song. It's a regular song. It's just a song. It's got some phenomenal things throughout the rest of it. In fact, one of the greatest interludes and solos of all time. It's musically complex. But everybody remembers that intro. A lot of controversy surrounding this list, I'm sure. Comment section. Hopefully you're sounding off and hopefully you're blowing up things I might have missed. How great this list is. All of the above. Other examples of songs with these things. Maybe your favorite song with some of these things. In fact, challenge for you. Find one song that has all 10. But number 1. It sounds so good. What is that sound, you might be asking? Somebody left a comment on one of the videos saying Max making a stank face the entire video let you know that the song is good. When you can't help it. When the sound or song is so good that you can't help but, you know. Oh, maybe you didn't even realize I was in there. And you're just like, yeah, I love that. Well, now you know why. Did we just see Max finish? No. No, I high five when I finish. But thank you. I'm here all night. So this number 1, the whammy bar, doesn't get as much credit as it deserves. Might seem a little beginnerish, but a great guitarist can make that thing his bitch, man. He makes sounds, or she makes sounds that just. That's my top 10 list. What do you think of it? What did I hit? What did I miss? What would you add? When you listen to a song, think of this list. Think of, oh my God, this song has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things in it. That's the musician working hard to give you some of these pleasing things to make you love their song. It's that extra, right? The song's good. The song is good, but they're giving you that extra stuff to make you not just like it, but love it. Slide! Double bass!